Do not be a successful quitter. Yeah, you heard right. I see you out there making progress. I see you out there making gains. I see you out there doing what you said you would do. Yet somehow you quit. You're a successful quitter. How is that possible? What is great, good, and real? I'm out here doing me. I hope you're out there doing you and making yourself the number one priority in your life. Now, if you haven't put the math together, I want to talk about how you could possibly be a successful quitter. And if you stick to the end, I'll give you one simple way to ensure this doesn't happen to you. So, the idea that you could quit something means that you have started something. So let's begin there. You have decided that in some area of your life, whether financially, professionally, relationally, spiritually, intellectually, maybe even physically, you're going to go do something for yourself to make yourself better. So you set a goal. You set out on your journey. You read some books. You watch some videos. You do everything that everyone who knows how to attain success tells you should do, inclusive of your own intuition. So you start this journey and you begin here. You know you have to go here. And at some point in the middle, you reach that danger zone. The zone where you have clearly made significant progress. You have clearly earned some gains. You clearly aren't where you started, but somehow you don't know how to make it to the end. And think of it this way. Imagine someone who's on a weight loss journey. You decide, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. You commit to it because you know you need to do this for whatever the reason. You don't like the way you look. You don't like the way you feel. Or maybe the doctor told you if you don't do it, you're going to die tomorrow. So you start this endeavor. Whatever it takes. I'm going to wake up earlier. I'm going to join a gym. Find a buddy. Whatever it takes to lose this weight, you're going to start this journey. And boom, you go and you're off. And for 6 months, regardless of how difficult, regardless of what's required, you go all in. And lo and behold, you're right in that middle zone, which is an inflection point. And what happens in that 6 months for this inflection point? You've lost 25 pounds. And oh my God, what an accomplishment. You take this 25-pound lighter version of yourself. Maybe you walk to the store, you go to your local Target, you take a drive somewhere, you come out, you walk around, and you bump into someone who you haven't seen for 6 months. And this person sees you. Oh my God, what have you done? You look amazing. You look great. Wow. And of course, like any human, you get an ego boost. You feel good on the inside. You start to explain what you've been doing. You're hyped, yet humble. You're excited. You feel phenomenal, as you should. You have been successful. You have gotten halfway through the journey. And now you go home. Maybe you talk to yourself or a loved one, and you say, I bumped into so-and-so, and it felt so great for them to realize that I've lost all this weight, and I feel great. So what do? There's 25 pounds more to lose. But what is absolutely true that you will start to learn very soon is that what got you to that inflection point, that middle point for the first 25, will not get you to the last 25. In fact, if you merely repeat what you've been doing to get to the 25, you'll likely stay exactly where you are. And so you take a look and you know, I've come so far. I have so much more to do and so much further to go. Do I really want to do that? Do I really need to do that? So-and-so at the market said I look great. My significant other says I look great. Everyone who sees me can agree. I've been successful. Do I need to lose this last 25? Furthermore, that progress for the last 25 It won't take 6 months. It might take a year. And not only is it going to take that extra time, but as I've said, the effort required for the remainder of the journey, when you look out ahead, it's as far as you've come, but as far as you need to go, but it won't happen as instantaneous as that 6 months. So you break down, you decide, I don't know if I can go that hard. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. And you find this rhythm and pattern of you gain 5, you lose 5. You gain 5, you lose 5. You gain 5, you lose 5. And another year passes, and you're right in the middle where you left off at a year ago. You bump into that same somebody. You have a conversation. But all that said is, well, you still look great, just as you looked the last time. And such is the paradoxical nature, the juxtaposition of I've gone very far, but I still have very far to go. And the level to increase means the task is more arduous, painful, and dark. So I postpone it, I delay it, and I never make any more progress. So what can I do as I've gone from really happy to doom and gloom, apparently and seemingly? The reality is this, and worth repeating. What got you from your starting point towards the middle, 0 to 50, won't take you from 51 to 100. But you still have to do the same things that got you from 0 to 50 in order to go from 51 to 100. This is why I referenced the level of effort. This is where discipline and the idea of progression and growth really expand. Think of it like this. When you started your journey from 0 to 50, let's say you started by running 1 mile a day, 3 days out of the week, and you continue doing this until you were able to run 1 mile every day of the week. That's progress. And that iterative gain over the course of the 6 months, in this instance, took you from 0 to 50. If you still ran 1 mile every day, 7 days a week, you won't get the next 25 pounds because your 50 is essentially your new 0. That's how you got to see it. So versus seeing it 51 to 100, you want to break the math down into, I've reached a new 0, and I got to get the next 50 to make 100. So what you might want to consider as far as level of effort, increasing your discipline, increasing your output, is you might simply run 2 miles a day, starting 4 days out of the week, which is you're doubling your pace in that you're running 1 mile extra. You're actually also running 1 more mile total per week because now 4 2 times is 8 versus 1 every day is 7. But you're also giving yourself 3 days of rest. You do this until you build up to the point where you can run 2 miles every day of the week. And this scales out in any and everything you do. This logic, this math, this application of constant growth, constant progress, your ability to hit targets means that you go from 0 to 50 to go to 0 to 50 so you can look 0 to 100 and know that you've reached exactly where you needed to go. But here's the last reality I'll leave you with. It becomes very addicting to constantly hit your version of 100. So every time you go up by 50, consider resetting, going back to 0 and starting a new journey, even if it's along the same path, to ensure that you never quit on your success. Change your mind, change your life. I am who I say I am. Do you and stay rich.